Epic nerds, get ready for a total explosion at Explosive Nerd HQ. Collision today, we dive into the complete edition of Civil War III, the third part of the saga, where heroes clash, alliances shatter, and the God of Thunder arrives with his legendary hammer to shake everything up. High voltage, grab your shields, buckle up, and hit that explosive like button. Rocket subscribe, ring the bell, and comment your reactions to this epic war between gods and heroes. Let's blow it up. The story continues with Peter Parker, awaiting the reporter's questions. After his bold declaration, the room's still humming with the energy of the moment. Tony Stark steps closer, placing a reassuring hand on Peter's shoulder and offers a warm smile. Microphones hover nearby, and the crowd of journalists leans in, pens poised, their eyes fixed on the duo. Tony's voice carries a mix of pride and encouragement as he says, "Soak it up, Peter. You're bigger than Elvis now." The scene unfolds in the heart of Wakanda, where T'Challa, the Black Panther, stands across from Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, amidst the lush greenery of a royal courtyard. T'Challa's voice carries a sharp edge as he asks, "You unmasked Spider-Man on live television?" Reed, with his arms crossed, responds calmly, "No." Parker, unmasked voluntarily. T'Challa, "Because Iron Man explained the gravity of our situation. Confidence in superhumans is at an all-time low. Stark's plan for a new beginning is the only chance we have left." T'Challa narrows his eyes, his tone firm. "A super police force covering all 50 states, and me helping him hunt down the superheroes who disagree with it? I don't think so, Reed. We don't like it when America interferes in Wakandan affairs, and I can only assume the feeling is reciprocated." Reed tilts his head slightly, his voice steady. "Actually, the president requested this of you personally." T'Challa's expression hardens as he retorts, "Well, I'm afraid he's going to be disappointed. Now tell me, what about Johnny Storm? Is the Human Torch recovering well?" Reed pauses, his gaze softening. "I haven't checked in for a day or two, but Susan's barely left his bedside. If anything was wrong, I'm sure I'd have heard." The focus shifts to a wide view of the surrounding landscape, revealing the eerie silence of Wakanda's engineered jungle, tall trees standing still, devoid of birds or insects. Reed looks out, a hint of curiosity in his voice. "I love it out here, don't you? This high-tech jungle. It's so eerie, standing among trees, without birds or insects. I've always meant to ask, does the ecosystem adapt itself, or have you manipulated it artificially?" The story continues in Wakanda's royal courtyard, the engineered jungle whispering in the distance, as T'Challa, the Black Panther, looks at Reed Richards with a serious expression and says, "Word of advice, Reed, call Susan." The scene shifts to a vivid image of newspaper headlines dominating the frame. Gap's Secret Avengers smash new Sinister Six plot, accompanied by a dynamic illustration of Daredevil and Falcon clashing with Shocker and Lizard in a chaotic battle. The bold text and action frozen in stark contrast. The focus moves to the mystical confines of Doctor Strange's home in Greenwich Village, where Wong stands with Yellow Jacket and Wasp sits beside Yellow Jacket. Wong speaks with a respectful tone.
"I'm sorry,
Yellow Jacket, but the Master said he wouldn't even consider supporting Tony Stark's plans. In fact, he's gone into seclusion in his Arctic lodge in the hope that he might resolve your differences by fasting for 40 nights. Yellow Jacket nods slightly, his voice steady. "Well, he knows where to find us if he changes his mind." Wong. Wasp taps her wristwatch with frustration and mutters, "Damn watch always seems to stop when I'm in this stupid house." The scene transitions to another vivid image of newspaper headlines. Parker reveals identity, and superhero Civil War looms, filling the frame with bold, striking text against a backdrop of a crowded press conference. The scene unfolds in the X-Men's Westchester headquarters, where Tony Stark faces Emma Frost, his posture confident, as he says, "This must be the first time you and I have been alone since Marrakesh. Miss Frost, tell me, does Cyclops know about that little arrangement we used to have when neither of us were dating?" Emma, with a composed smile, responds, "Oh, Cyclops knows everything, Tony. He can't keep secrets from my telepathic mind, so it's only fair that I don't keep anything from him." In the background, boys play with a ball, their laughter echoing, while a towering sentinella looms silently, its metallic gaze fixed on the scene. Tony tilts his head, a hint of amusement in his voice. "My, you really have changed. Obviously, you know what I'm about to ask. Is there any point in verbalizing?" Emma's expression firms, as she replies, "Not especially. We had a meeting just last night and decided that helping you hunt down these anti-registration rebels would be a violation of everything the X-Men believe in." The conversation follows between Tony and Emma, the tension thickening in the air. Tony's voice carries a challenging tone as he says, "Even with 90% public backing, and that boyfriend of yours, so keen to curry favor with the White House again." Emma meets his gaze, steadily, her voice firm. "Perhaps we just know what it's like to be persecuted while you're fighting the good fight, Mr. Stark." The exchange intensifies as Tony leans forward, his words sharp. "Ask the moms and dads in Stamford if they think Captain America's still fighting the good fight." Emma's eyes narrow, her tone cutting, and a faint psychic aura seems to pulse around her, possibly symbolizing her words. In the background, a skull emerges, adding a grim undertone to her response. "Oh, please, don't try to blackmail me with genocide. Do you really want to compare notes? Where were the Avengers when Genosha died? Iron Man, where were you when our babies were burning?" Tony and Emma, the atmosphere charged with unspoken stakes. Tony's voice holds a stern edge as he says, "I thought you were supposed to be looking after the interests of your students, Emma. Is it really wise to put them on a collision course with the American government?" Emma's tone is cool and calculated. "Oh, we don't want to fight, darling. We're perfectly happy to remain on this reservation they've made for us. We ask is that you leave us alone, and in return, you have our word that we all won't join forces with your star-spangled friend. Your choice, Mr. Stark." The focus shifts as Happy approaches, his concern evident. "They coming over, boss?" Tony responds with determination. "Afraid not, Happy. But they're not joining Cap's side either, which means we still have a huge advantage in terms of actual numbers. I say we go ahead with the containment as planned. I want those guys neutralized before I go public with the 50-state initiative." Bishop steps forward, addressing Tony. "Iron Man, can we talk?" The scene unfolds inside a diner, its counter cluttered with plates, and a jukebox humming softly in the corner. All are disguised as the exchange begins. Captain America speaks, with calm resolve. "My name is Brett Hendrick, and I'm a security supervisor at a shopping mall in Queens." Hercules leans in, his voice carrying a hint of pride. "I am Victor Tegler, and I am an IT consultant for a major international finance corporation." Daredevil nods, adding to the conversation. "My name is Cooper Payton, and I'm an engineer from Long Island." Goliath slumps back, a mix of irritation and disbelief showing, as he says, "What kind of name is Rockwell Dodsworth? And how the hell did I end up as a community outreach worker? I told Nick Fury I wanted to be something cool like an actor or a race car driver. You think he could maybe get me something else?" Voices fill the air with a mix of resolve and curiosity as the discussion unfolds. Captain America breaks the silence, his tone firm. "No, we take whatever Nick has to offer, Goliath. Besides, the secret IDS are just a place to go to ground when we aren't doing the important stuff." Daredevil chimes in, with a spark of excitement. I'm actually getting into this new secret identity thing. I'm trying to come up with new favorite foods, new favorite movies, new favorite bands. Goliath's voice rises, with a questioning edge. What about Spider-Man? You believe Tony Stark talked him into just taking off his mask like that? Daredevil offers a measured response. Strategically, it's a brilliant move. Nobody's guarded his secret ID more than Spider-Man. So it's a powerful message for all the costumes still sitting on the fence. Hercules interjects with a note of concern. Are you well, Captain? You seem a little quiet. Captain America's expression darkens as he speaks again. Just thinking about an appointment I had 10 minutes ago with a kid from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I told him we'd play baseball in his backyard for a while, but the place is probably crawling with cape killers. It's the little things they've stolen from us with this registration garbage. The little things that make us who we are. A wave of anticipation surges as the mood shifts to action. Daredevil glances over with a casual, "Sup?" Goliath checks a site alert that just came through, reading it aloud with urgency. Power plant on fire over by the Hudson. Base said there's 300 or 400 trapped inside, and they're sending Cloak and Dagger to teleport us down. Captain America stands, moving to pay the bill. His tone gracious. Keep the change, ma'am. And thanks for a wonderful meal. The four heroes, Captain America, Hercules, Daredevil, and Goliath, begin shedding their disguises, donning their superhero uniforms, as Goliath adds with a reluctant grin, emergency distress calls, sneaking into alleys with a smile, and changing into costume. I hate to say it, but I'm kind of starting to enjoy this. The scene transitions to the New York Presbyterian Hospital, where a debate unfolds. Darlene folds her arms, asserting, "No, I don't think it's cool Cap's still fighting supercrime. What'd be cool is if he stopped breaking the law." The hospital attendant counters with resolve. "Well, I bet the people they rescued from that hijacked plane are glad Cap's secret Avengers are still around." Darlene, a staff member, halts in shock nearby. "Oh my God, what are you doing out of bed, Mr. Storm? You're supposed to be asleep." Johnny Storm faces her, his voice frail but pointed. "Does anyone know where my sister went?" The team teleports into the Geffenmeyer Chemicals plant, materializing in a burst of blue energy amid the flames and smoke. Captain America leads the group, scanning the burning structure, and asks, "How many workers did the radio say?" Cable, his cybernetic eye flickering, replies, 300 or 400. "But there's something weird going on here, Captain. I'm getting nothing over my Infonet connection, in terms of panic signals, or..." Luke Cage, sensing the unease, questions, "What's wrong?" Cable's eyes widen as he steps on a plate marked with the Stark Industries logo, realizing the truth. "Get the hell out of here, boys! It's a trap!" His voice cutting through as he deduces that the call was a setup by Iron Man and S.H.I.E.L.D., with no workers in danger found in the plant. Suddenly, tranquilizer darts begin raining down from S.H.I.E.L.D. helicopters hovering above, targeting the team. Captain America shouts urgently, "Cloak! Wiccan!" But the darts strike Wiccan, and Cloak, identified as Tyrone Johnson, the hero with darkness manipulation abilities, before they can react. In the background, with the burning power plant, Iron Man and his team of heroes, in favor of hero registration, appear, including Spider-Man, She-Hulk, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, The Thing, and others. Iron Man, with a tone of arrogance, declares coldly, "Of course it's a trap. How else would we get all of you in the same place?" On the opposite side stand the heroes of Captain America's team, including Cable, Wiccan, Goliath, Falcon, Vision, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and others. Hulkling, in a tone of anger, shouts, "What the hell did you do to him, Captain? He's out cold." Spider-Man responds with sarcasm, "Just a little tranquilizer to make sure no one teleports. Kid." He touches his communicator, without breaking eye contact. Skybird 1, do you have them in your sights? High above, the sound of turbines echoes like predators in the clouds. Shield agent, ready when you are. Spider-Man, just give the word. Then the command comes down, cold and absolute. Maria Hill to all airborne agents. You're on support only. Hold your fire and await further orders. The wind holds its breath. The shield gleams. The armor hums. A spark, and the war is about to begin. Amid the tensions, Iron Man speaks to Captain America. We didn't come here to arrest you. Cap. I talked S.H.I.E.L.D. into offering you one final amnesty. Captain America, with distrust, responds, Are your paymasters getting weak? Tony? And with a confident tone, he declares, You mean a surrender? Thanks, but I think I'd rather take my chances. Spider-Man, concerned about the imminent battle, says, Semuen. The only people who win when we're fighting each other are the bad guys. Man, this goes against every principle you ever believed in. Captain America responds firmly, Don't talk to me about principles. Spider-Man, I saw that little stunt you pulled on TV. Is Mary Jane happy about the Sandman having her zip code now? Iron Man replies, Cap, please, I know you're angry. I know it's an enormous change from the way we've always worked, but we aren't living in 1945 anymore. The public doesn't want masks and secret identities. They want to feel safe when we're around, and there's no other way to win back their respect. With a concerned tone, he continues, You've known me half my adult life. Cap, you know I wouldn't do this unless I believed in it with all my heart. We don't want to fight you. Just give me the chance to tell you our plans for my 21st century overhaul. And meanwhile, all the heroes are ready for the epic clash. Captain America locks eyes with Iron Man's gesture, extending his hand to seal an agreement, while glancing again at the shield. Helicopter's wary, but he accepts the handshake with Iron Man, seemingly agreeing to the deal. Iron Man says, 5 minutes is all I need. Captain responds, You've got 5 minutes. Spider-Man, looking at Invisible Woman, exclaims, All right, way to go. Wingtips. Didn't I say this was all gonna work out fine? Iron Man, looking at the hand that just shook Captain's, notices something like a device on it and says, What the hell? The S.H.I.E.L.D. electronic device causes Iron Man's armor to short-circuit, with blue sparks crackling around it. Goliath, in his giant form, emerges from behind with full force, covering for Captain America, who lands a punch on Iron Man's face, aft, and says, It's a S.H.I.E.L.D. electron scrambler, developed by Nick Fury's tech team, in case you ever went over to the other side. He delivers another punch to Iron Man's face, and says again, You shouldn't have taken down 2 of my boys. Tony feels the pain. UNH. Goliath, in his towering form, attacks with a powerful right-handed strike, sweeping and knocking down several opponents, shouting, Head for the water. Go. Wasp, speaking to Yellow Jacket, says, Hank, please, we can do this without you having to grow. Amid the fiery chaos, Yellow Jacket, now gigantic, attacks Goliath, putting him in a headlock and saying, I thought you were supposed to be smart, Bill. Goliath, straining, Herc, and grabbing Yellow Jacket's head from behind with his left hand, engages in a battle of titanic strength. The battlefield is in chaos, with multiple confrontations. Songbird, Melissa Gold, lands a front kick on Ares, who stumbles back. Ms. Marvel prepares to attack Luke Cage. Cable punches the living Laser in his green energy form, and Wonder Man charges at Hercules, who is ready to strike back with immense force. S.H.I.E.L.D. helicopters hover over the scene, and the S.H.I.E.L.D. control room issues a command, Control to Airborne. Do not get involved unless the perimeter is breached. Codename Lightning is up next. I repeat, hold your fire until Iron Man gives the go-ahead. The Thing, with brutal force, delivers a hyper punch to Hulkling's face, and says, "I don't want to fight you guys. Hulkling, why can't you just do like you're told? Ha!" Hulkling, UNGH, reels as the fights intensify. Spider-Man also lands a punch on Patriot's face. Meanwhile, Captain America comes from behind and hurls his shield with all his might at Spider-Man. Spider-Man, with all his agility and dexterity, performs an acrobatic leap to dodge Captain America's shield and says, "Yow, careful, Gup, you could take a guy's eye out with that thing." With swift movements, using his spider tendrils, he grabs Captain's shield and charges, attacking Daredevil and Vision, who are thrown far back, and Spider-Man says, "Like these poor schmucks." For instance, Patriot and Captain, observing Spider-Man's attacks, speak. Patriot says, "I don't understand. Where'd he go?" Captain responds, "Spider-Man's wearing a new suit Stark designed. Patriot, bulletproof, glide function, and stealth mode." The battle rages on amidst the flames. Spider-Man appears lightning fast in front of Captain America, delivering a powerful blow. Using the Captain's own shield, incredible, and then Spider-Man says, "Not to mention that, but kicking button." Iron Man, still suffering from the electric pulse, says, "Armor, reroute primary power systems and reboot." Armor, rerouting, reboot. Iron Man, with his armor rebooted, stands up, sees Captain America and Spider-Man in combat in the background, flies toward them quickly. In a chaotic battle scenario, Star Fox and Hercules are locked in a battle of strength. When Hercules looks and sees Iron Man charging toward Captain America, he shouts, "Captain, beware!" Captain America is fighting Spider-Man and doesn't notice Iron Man coming from behind with great speed and force, striking him violently in the back. The impact sends them crashing through a rock, shattering it into pieces. Captain, on the ground, feels pain. NGH. He quickly gets up and throws a punch at Iron Man, who dodges and hits him in the ribs, saying, "You're wasting your time, Steve." Then, as Captain tries to block another blow from Iron Man and fails, Iron Man lands a punch to his face and says, "This armor has recorded every punch you've ever thrown." He delivers another punch to Captain's face and continues, "IT knows your next move before you do." The fight intensifies more and more. Captain America is being beaten by Iron Man, who lands a right hook, drawing blood from the Captain. Hercules, enraged by the scene, breaks free from Star Fox and charges toward Iron Man, shouting, "Get out of my way, you filthy traitors." He's killing him in there. He knocks She-Hulk and Spider-Man aside with his advance and yells again, "Hold on, Captain, I'm coming." In the SHIELD control room, an agent reports 500 more Cape Killer units surrounding the perimeter. Commander, awaiting further orders. Commander Hill responds, "Keep them on standby." Codename Lightning gets the first shot at this, and the epic battle continues. In a terrifying flash, a massive lightning bolt strikes the battlefield, hitting Hercules dead-on and hurling him far away, devastating the entire area. Kate Bishop, Luke Cage, and Valeria Merrick stand stunned, staring at the powerful bolt. Luke exclaims, "What the hell?" Before he can finish, the lightning strikes them directly. Cable and Daredevil watch in shock as it unfolds, and Daredevil says, "My God, what could this mighty lightning be?" The page erupts in divine splendor, a majestic vision of Thor, the god of thunder, ascending like a storm-born colossus against a tempestuous sky alive with electric fury. His hammer Mjolnir, forged in the heart of a dying star, clutched in an iron grip that channels the raw power of Asgard, summons bolts of lightning that dance and crackle in brilliant azure arcs, illuminating his chiseled form with an otherworldly glow. The wind whips his cape in dramatic waves, his long golden hair flowing like a banner of ancient glory, his eyes burning with the intensity of 1,000 tempests. The heavens themselves bow to his might, clouds swirling in reverence, as thunder rolls like the roar of Odin's hall. This is no mere mortal. This is Thor, the immortal warrior, the protector of realms. His presence a symphony of power and legend that shakes the foundations of the earth, marking a pivotal moment in the epic saga, as alliances shatter and the civil war among gods and heroes reaches its thunderous crescendo. What's up, epic nerds? What an explosion that was in Civil War III. Collision, the god of thunder, arrived with Mjolnir to wreak havoc. But what's coming in the next issue? Drop your theories in the comments, smash that explosive like button, and share this saga with the crew. Rocket subscribe to Explosive Nerd HQ and ring the bell so you don't miss any epic battles. Until next time, nerds.